This is Lindsay Caldwell with If You Can Dream It, Do It, and I have Erin Condren here. And you actually started in the apparel industry and then opened your company in your house. Can you talk about those first few steps?
Yeah, it was a kind of a bizarre reality to be in an apparel business, work in a sewing factory where you have hundreds of employees. We hit sort of this time where domestic manufacturing was in trouble and it was hard to make things in the U.S. And then 9/11 hit, and we had a line that was just taking off, and the orders got canceled, and I found myself at home with new babies, a new mortgage, and needing new ideas. I was terrified to be traveling and sort of in the forefront of fashion at that time when my priorities had shifted.
Right.
And so here I am printing from home, just me, which was kind of nice to have this control, right? I could control everything. I could control the design, the printing, the production, the packaging, the shipping. And it was a very different space for me to be in, but I kind of liked it. I liked the not having employees at the time.
And where did the idea really come from?
It started with anything that I could print from home. So really, like I said, I had new babies, so I thought, I could print my own birth announcement.
Right.
And then it was the holidays. I could do a Christmas card. And then it was thank you notes, and everybody's giving baby gifts. And it became friends saying, well, hold on, I'd pay you to design my holiday card, or I'd love to give those as gifts. And it started with home shopping parties, which was awesome.
And when did you know it was time to move out of your house, and was that decision scary?
Well, part of it was the city.
Right.
The city saying, excuse me, you're not allowed to do this, which I didn't even know. And it just started to grow. I mean, paper is so viral. At the time, it was my AOL address printed on the back of every single card, every single thing I made. So if I shipped a pack of 100 Christmas cards, I'd give her 150 Christmas cards. Because actually my customers were the ones that were helping to market the product. You think about it, she's putting the stamp and addressing it and sending it out, and she told two friends and so on and so on and so on. And so, it just started to grow and snowball, and realize that this is getting bigger than I can handle from home. And I needed a full-time employee, and I needed to find an office.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking of the designs, they're so colorful and all over Instagram and Twitter. Where do you draw your inspiration?
I think I've always been this sort of colorful personality. I love, like you said, from fashion. I love showing up, seeing your nails.
Yeah.
I'm just so drawn to all of that. I've always been sort of that DIY gal that loves to create and design. Not really any formal background in design, but it was something more that I was passionate about. I'm still drawing from interiors, home design, or textiles and prints. My daughter, I have twins that are 15. My 15-year-old, things that she says or does, or trends that happen. It's just so fun to then interpret that into life planner covers or stationery and designs, and keep it relevant for all ages.
Amazing. So you're an entrepreneur, a wife, a mother. What do you feel like is really the key to balancing it all?
There is no great balance.
Yeah.
There is no magical answer. There's days when I have the balls that drop. I think it's sort of understanding that we all have goals and expectations, but if they don't happen today, shift them to tomorrow. I was laughing on the way here. I got a text from my son that said, "Did you register us for school?" And I went, wait a minute. I looked at my husband. I'm like, "Did you register them for school?" And I said, "I don't want to stress him out." And we said, "We're on it." It's like, it turns out I have 2 weeks, so it'll be fine.
Good.
I'm good. They'll get in.
Was there ever a moment for you where it was a really tough day and you're like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't know if we can keep going?
Oh, for sure. I think we all have those days. I think as women, we do take on so much. And there's days that you think, well, gosh, maybe I should just be at home. It wasn't an option for me. I mean, I really, it was not just a hobby. That was a passion, but we needed 2 incomes. We live in Southern California, and we have a mortgage. So there's days when, there's places I'd rather be, or things I wish I could do. But I love what I do, and I think that's part of what keeps me going. And but yeah, some days are definitely harder than others.
Yeah. What do you love most about what you do?
I love that it has inspired so many other people to be successful. I think this idea of stylish organization has turned into like critical time management, and like you said, balancing.
Right.
So if you're a student and you have an internship, or you've got 2 jobs, or you're a busy mom at home, or juggling a career and families, to see what people are doing with these products is far beyond what I dreamed would be happening. And so to me, it's so gratifying to see these stories and have them flip through these pages that show their life story and their success and their whatever it is. To see people using it for so many different purposes is amazing.
And you make it so fun with all the stickers. I love doing that. Color coding,
I'm
different
telling
businesses.
you, some of those are things that, I have, like I said, I have these twins, and I look at my daughter, and somehow a math exam, if it's got a colorful sticker on it, is like, math exam.
Yes.
And then you go into his room, and he's like, I have a math exam tomorrow. What do I do? And it's like you never knew that stickers could be like de-stressing. It's kind of funny to think about that. We all live these busy lives, and you have a dentist appointment, but if somehow it's a pink sticker that says dentist appointment, maybe we're not angsting over that moment that just sort of happens and moves on.
The ordinary moments, making them more extraordinary.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a great phrase. I'll have to remember that.
And your company is now 13 years old, which is amazing. What do you wish you would have known when you started, or what would you go back and tell yourself?
So much has changed since I started. When I think back, we were talking about this on the way here. We weren't texting. We certainly weren't using social media. Social media is a blessing and sometimes a curse. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful way for people to share their ideas, inspire each other, collaborate. Ooh, that's how she's doing that. Ooh, that's how she manages 4 kids and a job. I love that part of it. But it's super critical. I never realized. I say this all the time. I'm a printer. I didn't know that this was going to become this sort of brand, and I'd be maybe criticized when I cut my bangs or when I tried out blonde. Those are things that I didn't realize thick skin that I would need to run a business of this size, and that there would constantly be a critic, waiting with something to say. But usually it's positive. And like I said, I've learned to manage it. I've learned to embrace it. But I think that's something I didn't know was going to come my way when I started this.
And speaking of, you had some naysayers saying the world's moving digital and print is kind of leaving.
Exactly.
How did you deal with those naysayers? And we were talking off camera, it's actually a booming business, the printing business for you guys right now.
That part is amazing. I think when I first became partners with my partner Al Marco was in the printing industry, and it was like, leaving my house and these little inkjet printers into this state-of-the-art facility, and he kind of looks at me like, what's this white space? What does this world need? And I said, give me a week. And I came back with this coil-bound book that I had designed. And he said, okay, tell me more, because he pulls out his iPhone. He said, it's 2007. The whole world says that digital apps and calendar scheduling, and we're going to be running our worlds through our lives through our phones. So tell me more. And so I explained that, I get that. I'm super tech. I'm a tech gal. I'm a graphic designer, but I love that power of paper and seeing it and smelling it and crossing it off. And I think people thought, and he was actually amazing and always has been so supportive. He said, let's give it a try.
Right.
Let's make it personalized. Let's make it beautiful, inspirational. We sold 1,000 that year, and we've sold over 1 million life planners now, which is nuts.
That's amazing.
And I'm seeing younger, like you said, the gals that grew up on technology and the internet and never had maybe the experience of a handwritten note. It's coming back. And they're showing that millennials love the smell of a book now and how many people love getting a birthday card in the mail, right? Instead of just post on Facebook. Anybody can do that. But when you open that mailbox and it's a note from somebody, that's a true friend. And I think it's really kind of creating more intense friendships and a passion behind paper again, which is really cool.
One of my favorite products that you make is the compliment cards.
Oh, I love those.
How did that product idea come about?
It was just that. It was actually funny enough. It was in a hotel, for several different reasons, but I remember being in a hotel, and we'd been there for a week and with the kids, and it was a mess. And I thought, okay, we're leaving a tip for the staff, and I wanted to leave a little note, and I'm trying to find something to tear off. And I went, wouldn't that be nice if there was just something in my wallet that I could say, thank you, or you made my week amazing, or whatever it was. And then you realize there's so many reasons to tell somebody that, and leave a note on a dashboard or leave it on their keyboard and say, hey, I'm thinking about you today. I know you've got a big interview. Or my kids in their lunch, right? Just drop it in and say, hey, I know that exam is stressing you out. Go for it. You got this. And so it was just sort of these like little notes that can really make someone's day, and it feels good to give them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And this is a website all about chasing your dreams. What's some of the best advice you've been given about following your dreams?
I think is that it doesn't always happen when you want it to happen. So I see some of these gals that are, graduating from college and they're brilliant and everybody's got a 4.5 and everybody was a president of ASB and everybody was a homecoming queen, it seems like these days. And then you sort of hit reality. And you know what? Your dreams might not happen. I think I read somewhere that Vera Wang was 40 when she started her brand. I mean, it might not happen right away. So take that job, take that paycheck. I mean, I remember my parents saying, we're done. It's your
scary.
Car insurance. You take that job, and wherever it is, there's these nuggets of experience that you can pull from it. I hated one of my first jobs, but that's where I learned about cost sheets and profit margins and production and design and product development. And you take all that with you and build these ideas that you can maybe use later. Mm-hmm. And so you can work at night use your hobbies more at night or on weekends. Or now there's so many webinars. I mean, go to a TED Talk. I mean, something like that just can inspire you and put it to work later.
That's amazing.
It might not be immediate.
I love that. And last question, it's a really exciting time for you with a new life planner. Can you kind of talk about that new product line rolling out?
It is so exciting. I tell you, it's the 10th edition of my life planner. It's crazy to think it's a 10th birthday. This decade has gone by so quickly. And I think each year we listen to our community and what are they really asking for. And I think for me, more important than ever, is we're keeping it made in USA. So our coil-bound book is made here. We have a beautiful facility in Austin. We've partnered with a mill in New York that has the most beautiful paper I can ever describe. I was just there last week doing the final tests, and it's ready to go. And we launch it next, in May. May 4th is our launch date, and I just can't wait to get it out there again. It's very exciting this year.
Awesome. So you guys can go check out Erin Condren's designs online or on Instagram. There's tons of photos and order yours today.